Hey Fivers, welcome back to another episode of the 5 Years to 40 podcast. My name is Anisha and I'm your host. On this channel, we dedicate our conversations to millennials who are talking, thinking, and taking tremendous steps towards their future. We like to keep our conversation around 4 pillar topics. We talk about our careers, we talk about health, we talk about relationships, and we talk about finances. In this episode, we're going to be talking about our relationships and we're going to be talking about setting some easy goals for our relationships this year. If you're interested, please join us back. Okay, thanks for coming back. This is still January while I'm recording this of 2023. So we are, in fact, still in the mode of goal setting. Some of us have already rolled out our goals, and some of us are still getting started on it. And that's okay. Whatever point you are at, I'm glad that you're just considering it. There's like thousands of millions of people who don't even consider having goals. And goals are one of the main things that help us to achieve what we want out of life and help us to move forward in life and help us to truly create a fascinating life by just setting intention for what we want. Okay. But like I said, we're talking about relationships this episode, and we're going to be talking about some 5 goals that you can set for your relationships to help you to have beautiful, thriving, vibrant, fascinating relationships this year. I'm sure you've seen the hashtag relationship goals out there, and when you see that, you probably brings to mind people like Beyonce and Jay-Z, Sierra and Russell, which is they're like my favorite black couple all time. I love to see black love. However, relationship goals does not only have to be between you and your significant other. It can also be relationships with the people around you, like your family. Having a better, improved relationship with your mom, with your dad, with your kids. And the tips I'm sharing can be used across the board. Whoever it is you're in relationship with and in connection with, we can use these tips to help to improve them for this year. So the first thing I'm going to suggest is to make time to have fun. Now, my most significant relationship is a relationship with my daughter, and I've recognized that we spend a lot of time rushing because it's getting ready. Every day we're getting ready, we're going to work and school, and then we're rushing to do, sometimes she has things to do on Saturdays that I have to get her to, and we have to rush to just whatever it is. Most of the times, even in the evenings, even in the afternoons after school, I'm like, hurry and eat so you can get to your homework. So we're always like pressed to the mark, rushing around. And I recognize it was really important to just dial back and take time to create joy in a deliberate way. And for this year, that's actually one of my things I'm going to be doing for my relationship goals, is to set aside time to be deliberate about having fun. We love the beach, but make it more of a priority, and to do things like recording gratitude, like making sure that we take notice of the things that we are grateful for, the fact that we're together, the fact that we might have a meal, just to be deliberate about creating joy in your relationships. You can see how that could improve any kind of relationship. Like, let's say you and your mom might be tussling a lot, or you and your spouse might be going through a hard time. If you take the time off to do things like having date nights, reinstating date nights, when y'all just meet and y'all like to hang out and go by this bar or go to dinner, like, make time to do that, to rekindle the feelings of joy and softness and vulnerability that you would have had in the beginning. Likewise with your mom, like, if you remember something that you and your mom used to do when you were a kid, you could invite her out to do the same thing again. But to be deliberate about creating joy in your space, in your relationships. Another goal you can have for your relationships this year is to improve your conflict resolution skills. Now, problems and conflict exist everywhere. Whatever relationship you're in, there's going to be the ability or the tendency for conflicts to come up. And the thing is, if you're in a relationship and everything is always hanky dory and everything is nice and smooth, you better watch that. I mean, while I advocate for smooth, oh, my earrings are all twisted. I'm sorry, guys. Beautiful relationships at work. Conflict is something that comes up in any authentic relationship. So don't be overwhelmed when conflict comes up between you and your spouse, or you and your child, or you and whoever it is you're in communication with, or connection, deep connection with. It helps us to grow. It helps us to understand each other. It helps us to become more self-aware about ourselves. It's not about conflict coming up. It's about how we deal with the conflict. So a goal for this year is for us to learn how to be able to handle conflict better and to deal with it. And one of the ways we can do that is to remember that when something comes up, we do not fight each other. We fight the problem together. So, for example, for me and my daughter, one of the things that we had conflict with, or well, child, it's still not resolved, is time in the morning, getting ready, and I still have moments where I'm like so angry, like, you need to move faster, we need to go, we need to leave. But I remind myself that it is not blaming her. It's about figuring out the problem together and not fighting each other. Likewise, if you and your spouse are having something, like, let's say you're having financial difficulties, let's say you're having issues in other ways, it's not a matter of beating down on the person. It is about sitting down and say, this is the challenge that we have in. How can we come together with both of us have resources. Both of us have resources in terms of intelligence and emotional capacity. And we all have our strengths. So if we come together, we can make the problem go away. But if we keep fighting against each other, the problem exists. As a matter of fact, the problem will probably expand and we don't solve anything, and we end up hurting each other and pulling apart. And some things can be resolved by just taking the time to fight the problem and not fighting each other. Another goal you can set for yourself and your relationships this year is to have improved communication. Now, if you're on this channel, I'm going to be talking about communication all the time. So if that's not something you want to hear, I can tell you right now, you're going to be hearing it. Because I truly believe that the level of communication we have with each other is what determines how deep and how expansive our relationships are. And everything is in relationship to each other. The tree outside is in relationship to the seed inside your house. The lime in your house that you just buy in the supermarket is in relationship to a lime tree that's going to be out there in 20 years. Everything is in relationship to each other. And when we get a better understanding of that, we get a better understanding of how important it is to be able to communicate with each other and to make that a priority. And so, in any capacity, in all of the pillar topics that we talk about in our health, in our finances, in our career, but especially in our relationships, communication is key. So I think a huge thing this year for us would be to set a goal to improve our communication skills so that we can improve our relationships in all capacities. Again, this goes across the board. This is for your lover, this is for your mother, this is for your daughter, this is for your son. Improve the way you communicate, and it can help you to have thriving, happy relationships. And those relationships that reflect joy and reflect peace and reflect things that make you feel good, and the people around you feel good, and you feel good being around the people that you get to be around, because y'all are making the effort to communicate better. Okay? And the best way to do that is to make sure that you are open-minded. You can entertain ideas without accepting them. Like, you have to be able to listen to people fully. Sometimes what a person's saying you don't agree with, or you can't see it based on where you are, but you can't dictate how somebody else feels. So you have to allow the person to feel how they feel, and then you all can have a conversation about it. Also, be honest in your communication, because if you are dishonest, the information you are giving out, the person will be building up hopes or building up reactions or affections to you based on what you told them. But if you're not completely honest, then those affections and those reactions are a complete lie. And you can't really build a thriving, happy, fascinating relationship on something that's not true. You're hurting yourself and you're really hurting somebody unnecessarily. Just tell the truth. Another goal for this year is to start a project that you and your relationship person or people that your relationship with can do. And that could be anything, like a savings challenge or exercise challenge or a building a doghouse challenge project, but something that you all can get together, pitch in and give your ideas and your energy to, and create a feeling of oneness, because you're working on one project and you're all giving your skills and things and contributing towards it, and help you all to feel as though you're on the same team. It's a really enriching experience because it helps everybody to feel as though they're included, and it helps everybody feel as though what they're doing makes a difference for the people around them. So choose a project, choose a challenge. Let's say you have a split challenge. Well, my daughter challenged me to do my split because I cannot do the splits completely down. So she and I have a challenge going on right now to be able to do a split by my birthday, which is in February. So this is what we're doing, but that's just a fun example. But I'm saying, so a great goal for this year to help improve your relationships is to choose a fun project and for you guys to do it together. Leave a comment to let me know what your fun project will be. The final goal I think we can set for relationships is to make new connections. I can tell you that in 2022, I did not really make that a priority. As a matter of fact, in 2022, I was not doing a whole lot of socializing. I was trying to get myself back into a place where I felt more grounded and more comfortable. I was having something close to burnout, and just not feeling as though I can put out more than I was doing. So my relationships were not thriving as much as they should have. I thank God for my circle. I have a strong circle of wonderful friends and family that are just for me, and I'm so thankful for them. I'm so thankful for them. I hope that they're looking at this right now. I know I love you guys so much, and thank you. But I also know that as we grow as individuals, it's really important in different seasons of our life to be able to reach out and to expand our circles and to meet new people. Mike Murdoch, who is a pastor, I was looking at something he was talking about the other day, and he was saying that we are all pretty much 4 persons away from anybody. So 4 persons away from the president of the United States, 4 persons away from your prime minister, 4 persons away from whoever it is you want to meet in the world, and that could be for your business, that could be for your career goals, whatever it is. We're 4 persons away, and he said it's because you have a cousin who has a friend, who has an auntie, who has an uncle, who would know that person far away, but that you're trying to get to. And all you need to do is to be open and receptive enough and discerning enough to know when you need to reach out to those people. It is not only about you being helped, it is also about you helping other people. So remember to be part of that 4-person connection for somebody else by helping other people. But networking is absolutely important. In this year, the world is getting smaller, and it's wonderful because you're able to expand yourself and to use resources that's available. Remember to be discerning in everything that you're doing, and to just be a connection while willing to be connected. but I believe that setting goals to meet new people and to network and to market yourself and to market your business and to advocate for people who have businesses and who have things that you believe in is also a great goal to set for 2023 in terms of relationships. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's 5 goals I think that we can use for this year. Let me know which one you thought resonated most with you, and have a great week, and I'll see you back again. Oh, and thank you for joining. The persons who have been subscribing, thank you all so much for subscribing, and I'm looking forward to continuing this journey with you guys. And if you're new here, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, and make sure to turn on the bell so anytime I send out something new, you will get to know about it. Okay? All right, take care, guys. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.